don't know where to start this video, but I came early. I feel like my voice is a little off, but I have my little bag. This is with my folder and my sheets. And then I also have my lunchbox. This thing's kind of big. Hopefully I have enough locker room. I'm really nervous. Like, I'm so nervous I could cry. And that's never happened before. The sun is shining right in my eyes, actually. But this is like the only spot in my car that I can record. The thing I know that's really happening is I'm gonna get my badge at 2 p.m. and then that's really it. And then I'm gonna have lunch. That's all I really know. I don't even know if I'm gonna go into a case. I feel like I might just observe today. I'm so nervous. And I came really early. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Hopefully everything goes well. Okay, so I got out of clinicals early. It's 3 o'clock. Oh my god. Today was really fun. I'm actually gonna go over my notes really quickly. So I only took like 2 pages in a little book. I just put it in my pocket. So the 2 surgeries I did today was total vaginal hysterectomy, an anterior repair with native tissue, a bilateral sacrospinous ligament fixation with the capio slim dome, possible posterior repair when we did that, and then there's a possible bilateral salpingectomy. We also did that, and then we used an sling thing, and it's like this, like it comes with 2 handles with these big hooks. Why am I talking so loud? I don't know. Yeah. And then the second surgery was an open right inguinal hernia repair, and that one I second scrubbed. So I feel like this is so low. So I was holding retractors and helping the surgeon suture. So whenever he like sutured in, I would hold it. I forgot what the word was called, but to do that, held retractors. I cut suture actually to the closing stitch. I cut, and yeah, that one was a quick case. That one was 45 minutes. The first one was 3 hours. That one was long, and I got relieved for break actually before we closed. Like we were already closing, and that's when I took a break. Some notes. Oh, look at this, good angle. Okay, some notes I took. So for the vaginal hysterectomy, some of the instruments I learned was a Lone Star, and that's like a Joseph skin hook, but it's on like this like blue gummy thing. And when you're doing it, there's like this blue like horseshoe kind of thing, but it kind of is like a whole circle. It has these slots, and you hook it on like in the vagina, and you like pull it and you attach it to these like. And then I also learned how to load suture on a curved needle holder. Learned on suture, if there's like a CR/8, that means that the suture can just like pop off by like a tug. It means it pops off, and then when it does pop off, the surgeon will tell you that it pops off. For vaginal case, if it's a total hysterectomy, hang on, if it's the salpingectomy, that's the tubes. That's the removal of the tubes. So when you get that, you have to label it right and left on the back table when it comes out. So with gynae cases, the retractors are kept in a basin with water. Anterior repairs and posterior, I don't know about posterior really, but I know anterior repairs, they use a lot of Alice's. Oh, I also learned like a 30 scope, 70 or 12. I think that's one of the ones we used. That is just the angle of the scope, like the very tip of the angle. And then I also learned for a chole, I think for a chole, or whenever a C-arm is used, you always have to ask if the bed is turned or flipped. But yeah, good first day. I had a lot of fun actually. I wanted to go in for more, but okay, I'm also going to add some things. Okay, so I was so nervous going into clinicals. Like, I literally didn't eat because I thought like I would I might throw up if I like, I don't know how I would like act when I saw what I saw. But I mean, in the beginning, like, a little bit uncomfortable because you're not really like used to seeing like people's like private parts. I don't know how to put it. Like, once the surgery starts going, you kind of forget like what you're really looking at, and you kind of just like, it's like really interesting actually, like what's inside and stuff, because it's like stuff you haven't seen, and like it didn't really make me feel like sick or anything. It's just, I don't know, I think it's just like the thought is way worse than what it actually is. So that's also good to keep in mind. And then once you start getting with the surgeries, it's really cool. Really cool what you see inside. Another thing, which I didn't know you do, but they clean belly buttons. I had no idea. I didn't even learn that in school. Another thing, to make a good impression, you should introduce yourself. Like, don't just let your preceptor introduce you. You want to introduce yourself, and then also write your name down on the board, and then just put like student next to your name. And then at the end of the case, just thank everybody, and they'll be so happy. I thanked everyone. I was like, oh, thank you for having me. Oh my God, they got so happy. I think they were more happy that I was leaving them. No, I'm just kidding. Another thing, ask questions. Like, even if you think it's a stupid question, just ask it. Because I'd rather have you ask a stupid question than make like a big mistake. So I didn't think I was gonna know any, like, I knew a lot of the instruments, but I didn't think I was gonna know like that many going into like that first case. I thought it was so complicated. I thought we were gonna have like trays on trays. It was literally just one tray. Okay, so when you do a hysterectomy, you always check to make sure you didn't nick the bladder, because if you did, that's bad. That is very bad. Okay, when I was second scrubbing, my hand was getting so tired from holding the retractors, but it was so cool. Like, when they ask you to second scrub, don't be scared at all. Like, I felt like after just watching the first case, like I felt like so ready to even just like do the actual, like, be a first scrub, because for that right inguinal hernia, I knew all the instruments except for a Leahy, but like now I know what it is. But in that case was so easy. I feel like I could have done it, but I mean, I second scrubbed for it, and I was still like pretty confident. I mean, second scrubbing is actually really good because you learn a lot, and you really see like what's on the field, and you see like what's really happening. And like my surgeons, oh my God, they were so nice, both of them. During the surgery, if you have like a nice surgeon, you can always just ask them questions about the surgery, because sometimes they really like to talk, so they'll just like tell you about it. Oh, and also for the hernia, they put in that mesh, and then not only do they put that mesh in, but they need a suture. I don't really know how to tie it, but they say it, but like they take the suture and they like tie knots all around the thing. Like, they go back and forth, and they tie that mesh down to the cavity. So I thought that was pretty cool. I feel like I still have a lot to learn. The final counts, honestly, when it's a big case, I was so nervous for final count, because I was like wondering how it was gonna go, but it's actually at a good speed. It's like not. I think the surgeon only asked the tech like two things during all three counts. Or, oh, we did a lot. How many? 4 or 5? I forgot how many.